Hi, Heather. How are you?
I'm good, Stephanie. How are you?
I'm good. Thank you for coming. I have dinner cooking, so hopefully that will be done after our little meeting here. So I had you fill out the wellness wheel.
Yes.
And I asked you to do how you are now and then how you want to be in like 6 months. So I want to talk about health on the wellness wheel because that one we scored a little bit differently than the other one. So I kind of wanted to address that with you. Okay. So you scored a 2 on that section. Can you tell me a little bit about what makes your health a 2 in this aspect?
Yeah, so I graded myself a 2 because I know I used to be better at focusing on my health. Mm-hmm. So I definitely know that there's a lot of room for improvement, and currently there's no consistency. I work out just kind of when I feel like it, not actually doing it on a regular basis. And then same goes with my eating habits. Can do like a lot of great like meal prep and a lot of, that for a little bit. Okay. And then the next week I'm eating fast food and whatever is laying around at work and munching all the time. So there's just no real consistency on what I'm doing. And then I would say that I also give myself like time constraints, but it's mostly me making excuses about not taking care of myself. So I can find any excuse in the book to like not go to the gym, and give myself excuses by blaming the fact that I have 2 jobs or whatever else, and that I'm too tired or whatever that looks like. So health would currently be a 2, and I would like to see that go up within the next 6 months.
Okay. So it sounds like you've kind of been yo-yoing back and forth as far as how to have healthy behaviors, how to, work out and, how to meal prep. It's just getting it to be constant and not back and forth all the time. So on that note, what do you think consistency looks like for you?
I think consistency to me at this point would be trying to work out 3 to 4 times a week. I think that'd be a good starting base for me, or 3 to 4 times a week, just because I know I've been able to do that in the past. And I think that would be just a good starting point of not saying I'm going to do it every single day, because that seems like too daunting of a task.
Okay.
And then also just finding a way to consistently meal prep and be ready for those days when time is tight, that I don't then run to fast food and I have something ready to go.
Okay. Mm-hmm. So when you were working out 3 to 4 times a week, what kind of workouts were you doing? Were you running? Were you lifting weights?
So generally I go to the gym 9 round, which is like a kickboxing. And so it's it hits all parts of the body, abs, and it's like a 30-minute in and out workout. And then generally I try to one day a week do like even like a yoga video or go to a yoga class to kind of help with the stretching. Because muscles got kind of tight from doing all the kickboxing.
I believe it.
So yes, when I was consistently, it was usually that, and then with some like yoga or stretching or even Pilates sometimes.
Okay. Yeah. So it sounds like you've got a good mix of cardio and stretching. So maybe we can figure out a way to implement those into the 3 to 4 weeks and consistency. So you talked about being a 2, you had a lot of excuses. Can you tell me what some of their most used excuses are? Yeah,
so quite a few of them were like, I'm too tired. Because with working my 2 jobs, if I had one evening off, it was, well, this is my only evening off. I just kind of want to go home and I don't want to go to the gym. The other one was too busy, which really isn't true. I had time and I chose not to. And I would just find better things to do, like going home and sitting on the couch and watching trashy TV instead of going to the gym. Just any of those things. And with driving back and forth to Huntington with my job right now, like I would think, okay, I'm going to the gym. And then that 30-minute drive home, I would talk myself out of it halfway home kind of thing.
Okay.
So the motivation just isn't there to get myself there.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So it sounds like you're ready to ditch the excuses.
Mhm.
You just have to figure out how to stay motivated. Yeah. Are you still driving that 30 minutes back and forth?
For the next week I will be.
Okay.
And it's 4 days a week that I'm doing that. And then my work schedule will be changing while I'll be working in town again. So yeah. So
that could be a positive then.
Yes.
On how we can figure out some things here. So okay. What do you think it would take to get you from a 2 to a 3? What are some things that you would like to see?
So I think touching base on some of those things I talked about before, like just being more consistent with my workouts, even if that means introducing a new workout in to maybe keep me interested, because maybe that's a piece of it that I don't really realize. Figuring out a way to break down those excuses so that I don't have them anymore.
Okay.
So I think really just kind of like looking into that. Not making plans like right after work would be a good one, because like I have time right after work that I can go to the gym, and I think most people would understand like, oh, I need to go do this before I meet you. But I don't make that like a priority right now. And then just taking time on Sundays to meal prep. I think I make that into a bigger task than it is. Like I let it last, 5 hours when it doesn't need to last 5 hours to meal prep for myself for a week. So I think just kind of getting through some of those obstacles that I've created for myself will help me get to a 3. And then if I can keep doing all those things even more consistently, I can see that even improve more once I hit that.
Okay. So what it sounds like is that you're ready to make yourself a priority.
Yeah.
It sounds like you have in the past made attempts, and you've struggled with consistency, and you've struggled with making excuses, and you're ready to kind of tackle that and make more of a lifestyle change than just, oh, I'm going to go on this diet, or I'm going to work out for this period of time. I think that you're highly motivated just by, us meeting. So I don't think the motivation will be too big of a hurdle. But I would like to kind of turn some of these excuses into ways we can kind of implement your plans to get you from a 2 to a 3.
Yeah.
So if you would like, maybe we could come up with a couple of options to implement in the near future to kind of get you from a 2 to a 3. So would you feel comfortable coming up with a couple of ideas together?
Yeah, absolutely.
All right. So I think what I've kind of gathered from just a little bit of discussion, you are a very busy person. So do you think that scheduling out a workout, do you have any type of a planner or anything?
Yes, planner is my lifeline.
Okay,
Yes.
All right. So maybe we could, maybe a couple times a week, you want to get to 4, maybe start small and do 1 or 2 times a week, actually scheduling in your workout. That might be one option. I think another option, especially if you're coming from Huntington, maybe packing a bag of gym clothes. That way you can kind of eliminate that excuse of being too tired to have to go home, and then getting stuck on the couch and just kind of like blowing it off. So maybe packing a bag of gym clothes might be a good option to help with, keeping you motivated. And then maybe another one, talking about meal prep a little bit. We could go back and forth and explore some different options for maybe quicker meal prep or something that's a little bit easier. You said you do snack a little bit at work, so maybe we could come up with some easy grab and go snacks that you can prep on Sunday. So I guess out of those three options, what do you think would be the easiest for you to maybe start implementing in the next week or so?
Probably the scheduling it out in my planner, just because I do have everything in there all listed out. So then I could kind of sit down at the beginning of the week, and write that in, like that makes sense to me.
Okay.
And like actually have time in there because I kind of live and breathe by that lovely planner. So yeah, I think writing it down and actually taking time and like intentionally scheduling out when I can do it would probably be a good first start for making it to my workouts and eliminating some excuse then about being too busy.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wonderful. Well, we'll start with that one. And then I will check in with you in a couple of days and see how scheduling out a workout has kind of started to push you in the right direction.
Yeah. Perfect.
All right. Well, that's all I've got for you today. So awesome. Thanks for coming over. And
thank you.
We'll check in.
Okay. Sounds good.
Thanks.
Yeah.